This is my attempt at doing Voldemort. I've done it before and it came out a lot better than this, to be fair, but yeah, my eyes are watering. I've got a ridiculous amount of stuff on my face and I've got to go do school run. So anyway, if you want to know how I did this, then keep watching. No hair was harmed in the making. So to start off with, you're going to need a bowl cap. If you've got long hair, then you'll want to do something about it, plait it or something. I just braided mine and then clipped it up out the way. My bowl cap was a bit of a cheap one. I only paid a couple of quid for it on eBay or Amazon. So it didn't really fully cover my head, so I kind of just concentrated mostly on the front bit. Yeah, just put it on, use liquid latex to stick it down, and then kind of cut around the ears. Obviously, go careful when you're doing that. I felt quite scared doing this. I was kind of obviously worried about, you know, having 2 ears left at the end of it, but also worried about like cutting a chunk out of my hair or something. But yeah, tried to sort of cut around my ear best I could and stick it down. And then onto the face, I used masking tape to tape my nose down best I could. It was quite annoying and fiddly. I think next time, instead of trying to do the whole nose with masking tape, I probably just tape my nose down as much as possible with the tape and then use cotton wool and liquid latex to build up the rest of the nose. I did do a Voldemort thing quite a few years ago now, probably, well, at least like 4 or 5 years ago, and I can't remember how I did it then, but it turned out a lot better. I think I used cotton wool instead of tissue paper. Yeah, I think that definitely makes a difference because the tissue is a lot more like textured, whereas the cotton wool, if it's saturated enough, you can kind of smooth it out a lot easier. It's also easier than the masking tape. Like obviously with the masking tape, I had to try and cut nostril holes, and that was quite difficult to cut through. Whereas if I'd done that area with just tissue or cotton wool, it'd have been a lot easier to do the nostrils like while it was still wet. So yeah, live and learn, I guess. For my eyebrows, I went over them quickly with just normal chapstick and then did the liquid latex and tissue. I just rolled up some tissue to do like the brow bone bit. I should have done the brow bones a lot lower as well. It wasn't really until I started doing like the makeup side of it that I realised it didn't really look right. But I didn't have enough liquid latex left to sort of take it off and redo it. And I was also running out of time a bit as well because I go do school run. So yeah, it is what it is. But if you've got the time to do it properly, obviously take your time, mess about with it a little bit more, make sure you've got enough of everything you need, unlike what I did. Just using like the last little bits in the tubes. But yeah, definitely use cotton wool though instead of tissue because it looks so much better, and you can like move it around a little bit more obviously while the latex is still wet. But yeah, I just tried sort of smoothing it all down best I could. I did the same for the cheek area as I did for the eyebrows, just rolled up some tissue, covered it in liquid latex and kind of put it roughly where it needed to go. I'll have a look and see if I can find a picture of when I did Voldemort a couple of years back, and you'll see what I mean. It definitely turned out better that time, which is a bit annoying, but is what it is. But yeah, just cover it all in latex and then onto the makeup side of things. So using face paint and a sponge and obviously water, I just covered like my whole head and face in white face paint and then went over it with my normal foundation to try and sort of blend the two so it was more of a pale skin colour. Yeah, it's bloody awful, but it's what it is. Can't believe I'm actually posting this on the internet. I look slightly insane, but it's all good. Then I just set it with my normal powder. After doing that though, I realised that you could still clearly see the line where the bowl cap was and some of the lines from the tissue and masking tape and stuff. So I went back over my face again with just another layer of liquid latex to try and cover it a bit and try and blend it out and stuff. It helped a little bit, not a huge amount, but still kind of worth it, I suppose. If yours turns out a lot better than mine does and it's only like slight bits that need blending out, then it's probably help a lot more. But yeah, I just kind of pretty much covered my face in a layer of latex to try and fill in the gaps and tidy it up a little bit. Then did another layer of foundation and tried to sort of blend it out a little bit with some of the white face paint. You can still clearly see where the bowl cap is, which is really annoying. I think I probably should have done like a layer of tissue or something over it, just to cover it a little bit better. But yeah, once I covered my whole face again, head with foundation and the face paint, I just set it again with some powder. After that, I used like a contour sort of powder to just do like around the mouth lines and under the brow bones, and just to sort of darken up the eye area a little bit. I also used a bit of pink under the eyes. I look like such a donut here. I was trying to cover the gap with the bowl cap. So yeah, raided the Halloween box. Yeah, it's definitely not looking like Voldemort. It looks like something off of like a proper budget horror film. It was have eyes or something, but yeah. Use like a pink sort of colour just to, I don't know, if you look at Voldemort's face, he's kind of like quite pink under the eye, like it's like purpley pink. But yeah, did that. And here I look like Voldemort if he went for therapy. I think all of the layers of like powder and face paint and God knows what, it was just like each layer was just getting in my eyes more and more, and then yeah, they just wouldn't stop watering. It was awful. It just didn't go that well this time, to be honest with you, but yeah, is what it is. Look like if Voldemort actually decided to get help and go to therapy. This is how it looks without the hood. I didn't bother sorting the back of the bowl cap. It's a bit of a cheap one, didn't really fit very well. So, yeah, this is me as Voldemort. Happy Halloween. So, if you watched all of that, firstly, very sorry. Secondly, subscribe if you think I look like an absolute div, because I'd agree with you.